All right, the day before. You guys remember this picture? You remember this game? This is an upcoming, supposedly, third-person open-world survival zombie game. It has been, probably will be, the most wishlisted Steam game currently. Now, we all know 2022 has been a weirdish year for games. Started off real strong, having a pretty awful middle of the year, not a lot going on. And this game is back in the limelight for all of the wrong reasons. Now, again, top of the SteamDB charts here, most wishlisted game. The game below that is a really cool looking game called Stray, about a cat. And so, like, again, not much going on right now, right? So the day before is supposedly this epic AAA style third person zombie survival game. I mean, it's got all the components, right? All the things that are popular, that have popped off before, this game supposedly has. Now, we head over to Twitter, and Zach Jackson here, who is the co-founder and managing editor of Well Played AU, put out a tweet saying, "Fantastic, developers of Steam's most wishlisted game the day before has updated their website to say they are an organization comprised of both paid and unpaid volunteers. You can apply to work for them for free to help them deliver their projects." Now, right off the bat, for me, that's a huge red flag. Like, okay, you're trying to build this massive game. You're most likely going to make a ton of money off of it. And you are looking for volunteers, paid and unpaid. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. And immediately, for me, red flag, right? So we go to their page here and we scroll down a little bit and we actually get the video. So let's just check it out here real quick.
Whatever you do in life, you do it willingly or unwillingly. If you do it willingly, it becomes a heaven. If you do it unwillingly, it becomes a hell. Fantastic culture is based on the idea of volunteering. Being a volunteer means that you willingly take part in working for a common cause.
The idea of volunteering comes from our own experience and aspiration, or in other words, to become a person who says yes to life. Volunteering means that in every action you take, you bring a certain pleasantness.
That's so weird to me, man. I gotta just tell you guys, that is so weird, because I get it. You want to volunteer, go volunteer at a soup kitchen. You want to volunteer, go volunteer at an animal shelter. You don't volunteer for game development and see no benefits from it. What are you going to get? You're going to get maybe some swag, some coupon codes. I don't even know, but huge red flag, and a 39-second video talking about this culture of volunteerism just doesn't translate into the video game world. So this is, as you might expect, popped off a number of articles. I mean, literally every outlet looking for something to write about started writing about this, because it's a big story. I mean, this is the top game on SteamDB's wish list, and of course, somebody's going to shine a light on this. Everybody is going to pick it up. So again, just like looking at the game, it's a really pretty looking game. I think you see this and you're like, wow, this is kind of interesting. But you can tell, at least I can, that there's not a lot here yet, right? There's no story. There's no tying together of the elements. It's just a nice looking game in this kind of post-apocalyptic world. It's got reflections. It's got sparkly lights. You know, you scrub through it a little bit and you've got zombies fighting. I think it's right here where we get some fighting. He's drinking from a soda machine. Like, it's cool stuff. The interactions are cool. Okay, and now here's the combat. So you've got that kind of carrot dangling on the string, because you've got zombies, you've got action, you've got gunfights, right? Like all of the things that people want in their games. So I think when you break it all down, you have to start looking at this as a red herring, I guess you could say. Is this actually what's happening? Is this actually a game that's coming out? Is that really the end goal here? Or is there something a little bit more devious going on behind the scenes? For me, I look at this and I think it's a cool looking game. But now knowing that there's these people that are volunteering their time, or maybe they're just looking for people to volunteer. Maybe they don't actually have a huge pool of volunteers to help, but you have to question the business model and eventually the end product, right? Like, we talk about not pre-ordering games. We talk about making developers come to the table with their best foot forward, their best game, and then we buy it. This game is doing the exact opposite. they're showcasing, oh, look how pretty our game is. We want you to be invested in it. We want you to buy it. We want you to just sink money into this. And oh, by the way, we're not really paying our people because we believe in this culture of volunteerism. Again, you want to volunteer, go volunteer to Soup Kitchen. You want to volunteer, go volunteer to the animal shelter. Like, you're volunteering your time for somebody else to make money. And it's kind of crazy. It really is. So if we go back to their website here, I mean, there's not a lot on this website, right? You've got the day before, you scroll down, you get like a mission statement, I guess you could say, a synopsis of the game. You get some nice high-res pictures and nothing. It's nothing. And that's honestly what it comes down to, is I feel like this game is a nothing burger. They just slapped a bunch of assets in there, made them look as pretty as they could, and here's what you got. Like, if you even go over to, and I don't even have this pulled up at the moment, but if you even go over to their website, right, and you look back at some of the stuff they've done, all right, so there was like a driving trailer. Here it is. All right, so this entire trailer, 36 seconds of driving in mud. What is this? It's a distraction. It's a distraction from the fact that there is nothing here. Like, if you had any semblance of marketing, whatever, you wouldn't start with a 30-second clip of driving in the mud. Like, it's cool, sure, but is it really at the heart of the game? No, it's like some ridiculous little asset that they built, probably based on, off the backs of these volunteers, to put out a 30-second trailer to get people talking about the game again. But when you strip it all back, what's there to actually talk about? Not much. You've got some simple interface systems. You've got a guy that's crawling through buildings, killing zombies. What is here that's exciting and different and new? And the answer is we don't know. We just don't know what's going on. The practice of not paying your workers is despicable, especially when you're trying to be a AAA studio or a new studio. Like, you are coming up with this veil to try and save costs, but it's scummy, straight up. It's scummy. Pay your people. You want to put together a good game, do it the right way. Pay your people, crowdfund, whatever you have to do, but deliver on the promises that you make, and don't undervalue and don't screw over people that are helping you try and take this game to the next level. Anyways, guys, that's it. The day before, I almost said The Last of Us, the day before Steam's most wishlisted game, huge red flag. Be warned.